Have you just started streaming? Or you have been streaming now for a while, but you just can't seem to grow your channel or your brand? Well guys, my name is Liam Glide, also known as Bone Channel, and welcome to the Twitch Guide, where I'll be going over the tips and tricks you need to know when it comes to growing your streaming channel, whilst having a great time at the same time. Enjoy the video. What is going on guys? My name is Liam Glide, also known as Bone Channel, and welcome to the first episode of the Twitch Guide, where I'm going to be bringing you how to start and grow as a small streamer in 2021. Now, before I move on with this video, guys, I just want to mention this mainly applies to people who are just starting to want to get into streaming. Maybe you've just started streaming. I mean, some of these tips you can apply to people who have been streaming for a while now. Maybe you might have missed a couple of steps along the way, and that's why you can't see some sort of growth within your channel. But today, guys, we're going to be going over from the moment you start to kind of where you can consistently start growing from. 1 second, guys. I just have to take a sip of a drink. So guys, with this video today, I am going to be going over a lot of stuff you might already know, or it might seem like some stuff was a lot shorter than others, and that's because some stuff is a lot easier to explain, a lot easier to say, whereas some stuff I need to really go on about because I really need to get out what I mean by what I'm saying. So guys, to start the whole thing off, we're going to be talking about starting a name. Now this is day zero stuff right here, and I'm kind of already assuming that a lot of you have already got a name for your channel. So guys, but we're still going to go over it. Now when it comes to names, it's all about either playing it smart or playing it simple, and what I mean by that is you can either play it simple. Maybe you had a nickname for your whole life and you're just going to use that, or maybe you're just going to use your actual name, which a lot of people do, and really, using your actual name can help. For instance, if you use your actual name, it saves you having to make a whole different personality, a whole different persona, making all these social media accounts to promote this whole new channel. But yeah, that's kind of like the simple route, as well as using like a nickname. Now, with the more thought about approach, it comes to creating a, like I said, a persona and character. And yeah, one tip I can give is jump on Google or maybe search up namegenerator.com or whatever, and it will come up with loads of things like your favorite animal and stuff like your gender. It will give you like loads of random names to do with all of that kind of stuff. But that's really kind of like, I wouldn't advise it unless you are really desperate to think of a name. Maybe there's something that kind of suits you, something that you are very linked with. Like when I made Boom Channel, it's because I'm one of them people that if you have ever come to watch my streams, you will see that a lot of the time I'll go boom like that when I get a really good kill, and that actually came from that, and it's ended up becoming a trademark for me, and it's done really well for me. So guys, like I said, there isn't really much to say about names. It really just comes down to playing it smart. You can either have a really big thought about it. It might take you a couple of days to think of a really quirky name, or maybe you're just going to use your actual name. So guys, you have officially made your name, and now it is time to start making your accounts. Now, there's 3 different streaming platforms that I would suggest going down, and that is either Twitch.tv, which is kind of like the main one. This is the one I use, probably one of the best streaming platforms in my opinion. Your second one is YouTube. YouTube's a very good streaming platform. As we know, YouTube is one of the biggest search engines ever, just behind Google, but Google own YouTube, so without a doubt it's one of the biggest. So if you want to go down that route, that is fine. And then your third choice has to be Facebook Gaming. It is something that's just come about, and it is huge. It is growing, it's growing, it's growing. And also they do provide a lot of like promotion stuff as well, like you can pay to promote your Facebook. So they're kind of your 3 go-tos. I'd say the most simple to sign up to is probably Facebook, then followed by YouTube. Twitch is a little bit more of a ball ache, because with Twitch, finding the people is annoying because they have to be people who watch Twitch streams, because like for example, when I had my mates come and watch me, they had to make an account to watch me. Basically, they couldn't just jump on whenever they could. So guys, you've now created your name, you've joined one of these 3 accounts. Now it is time to get a stream started. So this comes to the next step, which is your setup. Now of course you can't be a streamer without a setup. That includes pretty much everything, so even if you're doing it on your phone, it's still a setup. So there's 3 different ways again that you can stream. 4 different ways, sorry, 4. Now there is streaming on your phone, so you could just grab your phone, log into Twitch and go live from there. That's pretty much one of the most basic ways to stream. The second way is another really cheap way, which is streaming from your console. So if you're a console streamer and you can't afford to get this PC, to get the Elgato, to get everything, ring lights, webcams, whatever, console gaming is probably your second cheapest, because it's literally, because with a lot of these new gen, old gen consoles like your PS4, your Xbox One, your Series X, and your PlayStation 5, they pretty much have an integrated stream software within them that allows you to stream via the console. The third way is streaming from PC to console, which is getting a whole entire PC set up and then getting what is known as an Elgato. It's like a little box, and it records from the console to the PC and allows you to to basically run that video onto your PC. It's the hardest way to explain it ever, but that's basically how it works. Another way, guys, is what I call PC to PC, which is streaming either from just one PC and streaming and gaming on that one PC, which obviously requires a big kind of budget, or streaming or getting two PCs, which is even more expensive, and having again an Elgato and going from one PC to the next. That is the most expensive, but when it comes to quality, it is the best, because you could put thousands and thousands into that and have the greatest graphics ever. So that's kind of your 3, 4, 5 ways of streaming. When it comes to setup as well, guys, I do want to reiterate, budget is better. Now, what I mean by that is, if you're starting as a streamer, there are, like I said again, there are 2 different ways you can go about gaining a setup, which could either be getting the most budget-friendly one, or there is going big and having for a very long time. So by that I mean, if you have the money in the budget, if you have a lot of money to begin with, getting a bigger setup isn't a problem. I will not say anything against people who have huge giant setups to begin with. If you want to go down that route, that is perfectly fine. I guess if you get a huge setup, you've got it for life, basically. You never have to upgrade anything. But for me, I decided to go down the most budget friendly, because I thought at the end of the day, I'm not going to be getting big for a very long time, so I might as well go completely cheap and then start working my way up the ladder and buying and upgrading stuff as I go. So guys, we are coming now to the bridge between starting streaming and growing your streaming account. Now, these 2 steps, without a doubt, are the most important thing when it comes to streaming, and that is social media and your gaming niche. Now, social media, without a doubt, is the most important part of this whole thing, guys. And I know you're thinking, but the game, obviously the game has to be the most important part. No. The reason for this, as a fellow streamer myself who has been streaming now for 6 months, I never would have got as big as I was. I'm not saying I'm huge, but I never would have.
Today we're going to be talking about digging a hole.
I would not be in the position I'm in if it weren't for social media, and I'll explain why. When it comes to social media, guys, it's all about getting everything. Now, especially when you're starting, especially when you've just created all these accounts, you've got your setup ready, you're ready to go, create a social media presence. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok is one of the biggest ones, without a doubt. I've seen people go from 10 followers to 10,000 followers in months, because of social media. So like I said, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Discord. Oh my God, Discord. But the main point about growing a social media account is to grow a reputation. You want people to know who you are. Post your channel. Exclamation mark, this, and this. Oh, sorry, hashtag.
Put one of those hash browns at the end, like hash brown team Cobra Kai or something.
And then maybe your next post be like, looking for people to play Warzone with, hashtag small streamer, hashtag Warzone, hashtag COD. People will then come in and message you, hey, what's going on? Do you want to play with this? Blah, 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 blah. And then that's how you grow. Without these things like Twitter and Instagram and TikTok, I never would have found the Discord communities that I join to then grow my own Discord. What is going on, guys? Massive apologies. I might have forgot to charge my camera. So basically, guys, I'm having to use my webcam from stream. It probably looks really bad quality-wise. So, guys, you've finally done your social media setup, and now it's time to move to the next bridge step, which is picking your game. When you first start picking your game, you are going to notice a lot of these 2 words, and that is saturated and not saturated. By saturated, let's take Fortnite for an example. And this is the best way to explain what saturated is. You look at Fortnite. Fortnite ranges between 100,000 to 200,000 views overall. And if you click on that, I can guarantee you the top 200 people will go from tens of thousands of views all the way to about 1,000. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm mentioning it in that sort of way. Now, when it comes to Twitch, the default filter that you get when you first start Twitch is high to low. So when you click on it, the first load of people you see are the highest viewed people. Because if you're starting with a game like Fortnite, you are not going to get, you're not going to get seen, but you are rarely going to get seen by anybody. And that's where the saturation thing comes part of it. Because so many people are playing these games that you're not going to get seen. I'd say, on an average, people will scroll for 20 seconds. Now, if I can, right now, let's attempt this. Let's attempt this right now. 20 seconds, guys. You ready? I'm going to time myself. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so we've got these people here. 41, 41, 40. So we've got 40 to about 39. Do you see what I mean? So if you're starting with a game like that, let's say averagely it takes 20 seconds for someone to scroll down before they get a little bit bored and they just think, you know what, click. And I don't even think someone's going to wait 20 seconds. As I was scrolling down, I got a little bit bored. So just think about that, guys. So we're like... And again, if you are going to play these games, if you're not going to listen to this right now, maybe you don't. To be honest, I'm not going to tell you what to or what to not play. If you are going to go down this route of playing these sort of games, if you've set yourself, I'm going to be a Fortnite player, I don't want to play anything else, I don't like any other game, they're the only games I like playing, then that is fine. Or maybe you just might be so talented at them games. Then that's fine, guys. Play them games. But this is where I go back to the social media tip, which is if you're going to play them game, guys, you use social media, because that is the only way you see people blow up. Now, guys, we move on to non-saturated, which, as you can probably imagine, is the complete opposite. It's your kind of like your really low games. So a great example is what I play, which is Star Wars Battlefront 2. That is the game that I main on Twitch. Like I said, if you're a Star Wars fan, feel free to link in the description to my Twitch. Come watch me 2 p.m. till 4:30 p.m. UK standard time. So top 3 will probably be like 700 viewers, the second will be about 300, then like 100, and then it drops all the way down to about 30 views, and then it gets a little bit lower than that. So let's take this 20-second thing for example. By the time I've scrolled down 20 seconds, I didn't even make 20 seconds, I'm already at the bottom of the list. That is not me saying, guys, everyone just jump on Star Wars Battlefront 2, because then if you did that and this did get a lot of views, it would then become a saturated game. But yeah, guys, just use that as an example. I would personally say, when it comes to starting a game, if you want to, or if you really want to make a career out of this and you don't mind playing a lower game that you like, I'd say try and go down to the 5k below range to start off with. Another thing I want to say, guys, especially when it comes to growing, is Twitch is not a sprint, it is a marathon. Do not be jumping in to Twitch thinking that you're going to gain 100 views in your first stream. When it comes to joining Twitch, you're probably going to start with about 1 viewer if you're lucky. If you are playing these like really unsaturated games and it's easy for someone to find you, you are going to be looking at something like 1 viewer. It is going to be hard, and you are going to start with something like that, but I mean, for the first month or 2, I think I had 2 viewers. See, like I said, I started using social media, and I went into Discords, and I grew from these Discords, and I've gone from now getting 2-3 views when I first started, like 1 viewer when I first started really, to now, like, I think the highest view count I've ever reached is 120. I average around the 20s, 30s, but it is always important to remember that you can't expect these huge amount of views already. You have to wait it out. You have to keep going. So this brings me to the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Every tip that I've brought out today when it comes to picking your game, picking your name, your overlays, your setup, social media, community stuff, those are the best ways to grow, especially as a smaller streamer. So guys, to end the video, I am going to say, please, if you can, give this video a like, a subscribe, and a comment. And comment down below, guys, anything that you need help with. I do plan on bringing out a lot more of these videos, guys. And like I said, guys, hit me up on all my social media if you have any questions when it comes to maybe you've played a particular game, you can't seem to find the viewers, you can't seem to find a community or stuff like that. Hit me up on the DMs, guys. Comment down below and I will be there to help you. Every comment, every DM, everything I receive, I will reply to it, guys, as much as I possibly can. But yeah, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. My name is Ben Liam Glad, also known as Boom Channel. Thank you for watching today's episode of the Twitch Guide, and I will see you guys next week.